Last week I talked a little bit about some of the imperfections of life and mentioned a Japanese phrase of Wabi Sabi. And I thought I would talk about that again today because it is really something that I'm trying to latch onto this year. Somebody wrote about Wabi Sabi as being the idea that nothing is perfect, nothing is ever finished, and nothing lasts forever. With teachers, we really like for things to be perfect, and we struggle when things don't go just exactly right. And teacher evaluations are a good case in point. We struggle our very best to try to reach that Himalayan mountaintop of the 5. And so when we don't attain that, we're constantly struggling, instead of sort of accepting things as they are. They're never perfect. They're never finished. And it doesn't last forever. Here's the thing we have to remember. Every single class we teach, every one of them, we are dealing with somewhere between 15 and 30 very disparate personalities, very different home lives, very different cultures, very different knowledge bases, and we are trying to wind our way through all of those different people all at one time, and we simply cannot control it all. We can't. So I would think about inviting somebody into your class, not to do a formal evaluation, observation, whether your class is in the building or whether your class is online. Invite somebody in whose sole job is to look at the interactions of people going on. Because I think that you may find that the interruption that Bobby gave you that could have upset you because you couldn't get through the lesson you wanted, it was that interruption from Bobby that allowed you to step back for a minute and see that Susie was having a problem and that Susie needed your help. And you might have glossed over that without the interruption. Somebody else sort of watching out in the classroom could help you see that, because nothing is perfect and nothing's ever finished and nothing lasts forever. Learning to accept Wabi Sabi takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, and it's not just throwing up your hands in despair and saying, well, it is what it is. That is not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is being able to see in those places that are not perfection in your classroom. What are they bringing? What positives are they bringing to your classroom? What is the beauty there? And for that, it takes reflection. And I'm going to be honest with you, we don't have a lot of time for reflection this year. We just don't. We are buried up to our eyeballs just trying to get ready to open. So I'm going to recommend that all of our teachers try to find the time to just take breath, sit back, relax, understand right up front, this is not going to be a perfect year. But if we will take the time to look at what's happening in a reflective way, to see that there is some good things happening even when we don't understand why the bad things are going on. You know, back in April, a tornado came through Chattanooga, tree fell, took out this corner of the house right here. Took out my mom's bathroom up above, took out part of my living room down below. That was April. This is August. We have been in a hotel room for 2 months. There are not very many good things I see in that. There's just not. But when I reflect on it and I think about it, that tree falling is allowing my mom to get a much better part of her house than what she had before. By staying in the hotel while the house is being worked on, the air conditioner went out and it's been replaced while we were not there to have to suffer through 85, 90 degree heat. There are some positives. You just have to think about them, take time to acknowledge them, and figure out where they are. Nothing's perfect. Nothing lasts forever. And it's never finished. That's 2020. We'll see you next week.